Sports with Dean Huppert.
Hello, everybody. UConn had an 82-game winning streak coming into tonight. But remember, back in 1973, it was Digger's Notre Dame bunch that stopped John Wooden and UCLA and that 88-game winning streak. ND has had as much success as anybody against UConn, beating them 7 out of the last 13 meetings. A battle of the games, heavyweights, 2 of the greatest women's coaches of all time. UConn threw the first punch. The Huskies opened the game on an 11-2 run, and they led by the same margin, 23-14 after 1 quarter. But the second quarter belonged to the Irish. Freshman Jackie Young, the reigning Miss Basketball in Indiana, scores 5 quick points to cut the deficit to 5. Later, Arike Ogunbowale drives baseline and scores, part of a 7-0 Notre Dame run. This game was tied 34 all at halftime, but UConn starts the second half much like the first. Kia Nurse converts the turnover, part of an 8-0 UConn run. ND answers with its own 8-0 run. Brianna Turner to Kat Westbeld. We're tied again at 42, but UConn closes the third quarter on a 6-0 run. Gabby Williams had 19 points, Irish down by 7. Then it's Katie Lou Samuelson, UConn by 10. Jackie Young injured on the play. Connecticut wins the battle of number 1 versus number 2, 72-61. WSBT-22 Sports Director Pete Byrne was at tonight's game and joins us live now from inside Purcell Pavilion. Pete?
Thanks a lot, Dean. We'll start with Jackie Young. She went down, we just saw, late in the game and stayed down for quite a while. Muffet McGraw said afterwards that it was an ankle injury and said that she's doubtful for Notre Dame's next game against Saturday. I suppose the good news is that it wasn't a knee. It looked pretty suspect when she first went down. But aside from that, no question, this was a disappointing night for the Fighting Irish. They came into this game with such high hopes as UConn had graduated pretty much its entire supporting cast from the team that has won the last several national championships. And Notre Dame thought that this might be the year that they could overtake the Huskies, and it still could be, but on this December night, they certainly were not the better team. Notre Dame committed way too many turnovers, and they left too many opportunities on the table, and in the end, as Muffet McGraw said, a very disappointing effort by her team.
Just really disappointed in pretty much everything. Execution, inability to get the ball to Bree, and just completely ineffective offensively.
Look, we're not the team we used to be. Neither are they. You know, so there's a difference in the level of talent on both teams. So, of course, some things are gonna be different.
And certainly these two teams are very different from the last time we saw them. Of course, Notre Dame last year getting knocked out in the NCAA tournament, and UConn winning yet another national championship. Muffet McGraw said her team played out of character today. She chalked some of that up to youth. She said some of the young players she thought were trying to do too much, particularly when it came to scoring the basketball. She said they needed to be better at feeding the ball inside to Brianna Turner. Turner had her own struggles, missing several short shots, but no question she drew a majority of the UConn Huskies' attention. Bottom line is, though, Dean, Notre Dame gets their first real test of the year, and they don't pass that test, but as Muffet McGraw was quick to point out afterwards, this is a December game, and it's precisely why they play this December game. Tonight absolutely exposed Notre Dame's weaknesses, but now they know what they are. They know what they need to work on. And should they be fortunate enough to meet up with the Huskies again at the very end of the season, it'll be very interesting to see what that matchup looks like compared to what it looked like tonight here at Purcell Pavilion.
All right, thanks, Pete.